Hey guys, welcome to Limit Break Lifestyle Academy. My name is Jonathan, and today I have a really special guest, Simone Vincenzi, and he is an award-winning speaker. He is also a coach for life and business. He is also an author, and he is also a TEDx speaker. I'm very honored to have him on the show and this interview. So thank you, Simone, for...
Thank you, buddy. Thank you for having me here. It's great being here with you.
Thank you. So what I would like to find out more is where was you before you started GTeX?
Well, that's a great question. When I started GTeX, I used to work in the catering industry.
Mm-hmm.
That was my background. Started working in a restaurant from the age of 14, and then I decided I loved it so much. Then I decided to go and manage restaurant, and somehow people were saying to me, Simone, you are so great in managing restaurants, come and work for me, come and work for me, come and work for me. So I really never had to send a CV out, and I started working in restaurants and managing restaurants, and managed my first Michelin star restaurant at the age of 19. That was and that was incredible.
Wow, so you was a chef?
Actually, I wasn't a chef. I was on the floor. Because I love people, I love talking to people, so I didn't like cooking, but I loved getting people feel really welcomed.
Right.
I loved serving people. That's also what I'm doing now.
Awesome. And before you got into personal development or coaching and all those, really, how did you really start? What made you get out of that industry?
That actually was coaching itself, because I arrived to a point where I was really good at what I was doing, but I didn't enjoy that so much. And that's the only thing I've ever done. I never done anything different than working in a restaurant.
Right.
Because I went to school, but I didn't like school at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I found my sense of worth in what I was doing, because it was the first time that someone was saying to me, "Oh, Simone, you're really good at this," rather than, "Oh, Simone, you have to study more. Oh, Simone, why are you making so many mistakes? Oh, Simone, you have to apply yourself more in school." So it was the first time. So when I had to find something different, I was completely lost.
Right.
I didn't know where to start. I didn't know where to begin.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I found on Google how to be happy.
That's what that makes people. That's the number one thing that makes people want
Thank you,
in
Google.
life, right? Is to be happy. Absolutely. And what did you find?
I found a new world opening up of personal development that I never experienced before. It was information that I could do anything I wanted in life, that I could learn anything, that I could achieve anything, that I was an unlimited being, I was a spiritual being. All these things were like, what? It didn't happen overnight, but every blog post I was reading, every podcast I was listening to, or every YouTube videos I was watching, were part of my evolution, I say, in that moment. And it's been an interesting journey. It didn't definitely happen overnight. It was a lot of work behind that.
Who was your mentors, you would say?
Well, I guess that as a lot of people started having Iclock, as Jonathan, as a lot of people started having Tony Robbins, looking at Jim Rohn and Brian Tracy. They were the first people I was looking at. But then I found really made a massive impact in my life was a coach who is not known worldwide, but locally is very well known, Elliot Kay, the ex-coach with a hat. He doesn't wear the hat anymore. But he was one of the first people that were in my inner circle, that was there to pushing my limits, pushing my boundaries. And also another person I really, really have to thank as a mentor in my life is Clinton Swain. She's my current mentor. And he I owe him the creation of GTeX. GTeX was created after one of his seminars.
Right.
So, and after one of his negotiation courses that I've attended, I was starting practicing the negotiation techniques, and I managed to negotiate a venue for free for 7 weeks. And that was the beginning of GTeX, when I took the phone and say, "Hey Ben, what can we do? I have a venue for free. I don't know, how can we use that?" And in less than 24 hours, we created a company. I put £100, he put another £100. And we wanted to make an impact. We wanted to share what we've learned to other people.
And what fears did you have before that? Before you started, personal development, there's a lot of like limiting beliefs or fears about starting. Like, what did you have any of those?
Oh, I was a bucket of them. Okay, I've been always one of these people that I was always going out there. So fear in terms of don't do something new, no, that wasn't me. And my main fear that I had, mainly were two. One was, who am I for people to listen to me? That was a big one. Okay, I am here, I found my purpose, I want to share this message to millions of people. Who the heck am I to do this?
Right, yeah.
That took me about 3 years to get over that. Another fear that I really had was actually not proper fear, but was lack of self-love.
Right.
I didn't appreciate myself, I didn't love myself enough, and that was showing towards the several challenges. I had different eating habits. I went to anorexia, bulimia, massive overeating, and I was losing and gaining weight constantly. I was spending sometimes 50 pounds a night in cakes just to numb a pain that I had inside. And it's something that for a man, having eating disorders, I didn't know anyone that it wasn't acceptable. Can accept women having eating disorder, but not men.
Right.
That was in my mind, and I found it incredibly difficult to get over that. That took me several years as well.
How did you overcome those two?
How did I overcome? Which one do you want me to start from?
Start with the first one.
Okay, I want to get out there, and who am I? How did I overcome it? Well, it's been positive reinforcement really from other people, because one, where the other people around me, they were telling me, okay, you have a great message, go out there, don't be afraid, go out there, speak. So the environment where I was in, that made a massive difference. Because I found that there were a lot of other people, they were normal people, but they had the same big purpose and the same big mission as I had. And I was like, they are normal people, they have their faults and great things. And that made me accept more the greatness of my purpose, and understanding that actually everyone on this planet can be that person.
Absolutely.
If they just choose to be. So for me then, once I realized that, Jonathan, was just a matter of a choice.
Yes.
Of making it happen. So the community, and that's the core also of GTeX. That's GTeX, for those of you that don't know, it stands for growing together exponentially, and the part of togetherness is what gels everything. We don't do anything by ourselves, we do everything in community, and that came from the impact that community had in my life when I started.
You can't be the lone wolf, right? Just to survive.
Exactly.
And how did you overcome your eating disorder? That's for those that may be facing the same struggles or having that trouble.
Eating disorders, it was tough. I remember I first of all had my coach that was helping me. I had a spiritual coach that at the moment was doing a lot of healing with, and she helped me out. More understanding to be compassionate with myself. I guess that was the first step. Just realizing that I wasn't a bad person because I had an eating disorder.
Mm-hmm.
Because in my mind was going through, who am I to coach other people if I cannot sort out this stuff about myself? But then I realized that I can be a great coach. I just have some areas of my life where I have to work to.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't mean that I'm not a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it means that I coach, that I'm a human being, and I have my great things, and I have my faults and shortcomings as every other person.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely, I wasn't going to coach other people in healthy eating. that wouldn't be congruent. So that's being compassionate, Jonathan, was definitely the key. And then I went out and asked for help to Overeaters Anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
I went to some of different sections. It's like the alcoholic, it's like the same part of this Alcoholic Anonymous and the Overeaters Anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
So I went down to a couple of these meetings. It was very tough. My pride was, because I'm very proud of myself, and so my ego.
Your ego, you're getting over your ego, right?
Yeah, that was a good ego check.
Mm-hmm.
And they helped me a lot. And then a friend of mine called Lia Akila, which is the founder of the Raw Food Festival, the biggest raw food festival in Europe. It's been there from day one, helping me with different eating habits and introducing me more to raw food and healthy eating. And Jonathan took the journey very slow.
Mm.
I didn't want to rush, so it took me about 3 years to overcome that.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I realized that I didn't have to do it overnight, like, okay, this is the last time, from tomorrow I'm just going to eat the raw food, yes, right, as from many people do. I said, okay, actually, in a couple of years I want this to change, what can I do? And then when the binge was happening, it's like, yeah, okay, I'm binging,
Mm-hmm.
that's fine. So that was kind of steps, compassion, which I'll help again.
Mm-hmm.
And then taking the journey slow.
Right. And I want to find out more about why are you doing what you're doing? Why did you start up GTeX?
I started GTeX because I believe that everyone has a purpose in life.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that if we put together all our purposes and support each other, there is no limits to what we can create for our life and for the world. That's why I started GTeX, because I believe that together we can achieve more than by ourselves. And it makes me sad seeing a lot of people doing everything by themselves and saying, no, this is my purpose. And like, why don't you get it with a community of people that, and everyone brings their own uniqueness and greatness? Where can we go? There is no limit.
Mm-hmm. But I want to really find out what really got you. Why did you start into this journey of GTeX? And really, what really made you and push you to the point where I want to do something different?
What made me? Okay, there was this moment where I think it was in my overeating journey, and I felt very lonely. I felt that I was going through everything by myself, and that weren't happy days. And in that moment, were the communities that were around me that helped me to find a new me, to define a new me, to create a new me. So I found how powerful that was for me. Because if it wasn't for the people that were around me at the time, I'd probably be still in working in a restaurant or saying to myself that I didn't have the qualification needed for doing something different, or I didn't know anyone else that could help me or inspire me. So that's mainly the reason why, because the people that were around me at the time, they helped me shape a new me. They saved me in that sense. And I really wanted to give this back. I really wanted to create, to look at what actually worked in my journey and what didn't work, what worked in those community, what didn't work, and then create something amazing where people wanted to be part of and where people felt like, I belong to this. Like having an extended family. And one of my biggest values is family.
Right.
And I don't know why, maybe probably because when I was young, I didn't have a proper family after the age of 14.
Right.
My parents split up when I was quite young. And I felt always that there was something missing. And I wanted to create a larger family, like a bigger extended family where everyone in the family, in the group, in the community was just able to be themselves.
Yeah.
And not pretend to be someone else, because it's difficult to put up a mask. And I'm a master of this. Like I can be, how is it going? Oh yeah, everything is great. While I was like, no, actually it's not.
But that's the front that people put in front of them, right? To just pretend everything is okay.
Yeah.
And even when like hell is all breaking loose right now, they will still pretend that everything is okay, and they wouldn't even be truthful to themselves or truthful to, you know, their friends or families, those who are around them, right? Yeah,
exactly. And as I remember, one of our members, of our community members, of GTeX members, saying, I love GTeX because GTeX is the place where if everything goes wrong and it's midnight and I have my pajama on and I need to knock a door, I will always know that someone will answer the door and will open the door for me. And that thing was the best testimonial that we ever had. So it wasn't a testimony, it was just setting a conversation. And for me, it really encompasses the spirit of GTeX, the love and the care that there is in the group between the members.
Yeah, I really can relate, because when we create our Limit Break Lifestyle, you know, family group, community group, is also similar values, is knowing that, you know, 12 o'clock, 1 a.m, 2 a.m, they could just pick up the phone and call someone in the family, and someone will answer and help them. You know, whether it's just to talk about a problem or just go through what you know, help out, and that's the core essence of really a community, right? Is to support one another. And help each other out, because we're all human beings. It doesn't matter whether you're a millionaire or billionaire or whatever. You know, we all have the same problems.
Yeah, exactly. And this is why I love your community, guys. This is why I love what you guys are building, because the world needs more of this. There's going to be never enough.
Absolutely. Well, I want to find out more also, you know, where GTeX is going now. Like, you've been going around for a few years, as I understand.
We're in our 4th year right now.
Wow. And where is it heading right now?
Well, where is this heading is very exciting times, because what we realized that a lot of people that were coming and loved our community were coaches, speakers, trainers that wanted to be part of something bigger. And we are now creating that something bigger. Starting from a project that I did, actually, I talked about that on our TEDx talk that I did a few days ago, on a co-working, co-house, where people from GTeX could live together, which we have active at the moment, where we have my business. Before I was living there, but now I'm not there anymore, where people from the community can live together. Then going to the Coaches Hub, where we are filming this right now, which is the first coaching office space for coaches where people from the community can come and collaborate and work together.
Mm-hmm.
So where we are going is really to create a space where people that have a purpose in life and they found, not they have, because everyone has it, but they found their purpose in life and now they're ready to share it and to go out there. They can find their tribe, to have the people around them to support and push them.
Mm.
So this is really where we're going with our courses and seminars and what we are creating.
Awesome. And let's say, I want to find out more also, what is your biggest learning in this journey so far?
My biggest learning? Personally, take care of money.
Mm.
That's my biggest learning because I'm the kind of person that I've been in everything I did that I loved. I was always the best. I was in a restaurant, I was the best. 19 years old, having a Michelin star restaurant, I was the best. I was always the best waiters in the room. I was speaking competition, I was winning speaking competition. There were few actually that I lost. Mm-hmm. And I was very upset. So I'm very extremely competitive, right? And I think what the mistake that I was making, and I really always need to get back on track, is to watch the money. Mm-hmm. Because yeah, you can have all the biggest vision, you can be there and change the world, but if you're running a business to run with your spreadsheet and your finances. So that has been a journey.
The numbers don't lie, right?
Exactly. And is interesting because when I know I'm looking at that, I'm focusing on the money. We had months where we had 20,000, 37,000 business revenues coming in. Mm. When I don't look at that, everything is like magically floating away. And I think that someone pointed out to me is money as a language. Mm. And if you don't talk and respect money, money will not talk and respect you. And this is something that whenever I'm moving away and I'm slipping away because I'm distracted or attracted by the next big thing, it's like, okay, what are the numbers? This is something that I would really recommend, even if for big visionaries like me, like Ick, it can be quite...
tell me about it.
Yeah, but going back to basic and look at that spreadsheet, and even if it might take me 20 minutes instead of 5 minutes because after seeing too many numbers my brain is going all fuzzy, then keep looking at the spreadsheet up until it makes sense.
Or what else would you recommend to help you with your numbers?
Help with the numbers. Have someone that can help you. I found I'm very lucky that my fiancé has given me a great help. Just say, hey, how are the numbers going? I'm like, okay, right. Or a great accountant that I have, which looks like a wizard, but it's it's true.
They're usually full of wisdom, though.
Exactly.
So it's like you gotta respect that part.
So every meetings with him helped me keep the finances in check, in track. Another thing is having 1 day a week that I put just for reviewing my finances and budgeting. Yeah. That's one thing. Have I nailed the budget stuff? Not yet.
It's a learning curve.
But it's a learning curve. And I guess that is, as soon as someone is, it doesn't matter where you are in the journey, as soon as someone is true to himself and say, okay, I know that these are the areas where I'm working towards. Yeah. Then, so the 1 day a week, just focusing on my finances, that helped me massively. Oh my God, how much that helped me. So guys, if you're struggling with that, if you're like me and Hick, make sure that you go back to the spreadsheet.
I would like, what other tips another 2 tips they could give the audience watching right now?
Around what?
Getting started or finding their purpose in life.
Okay. there are two things that you can look at. We have a seminar, Purpose to Abundance, where we look at 7 different questions.
Yeah.
And in 7 questions, we can find the life purpose of someone, of the participants. The first 2 questions that we have are, I think, the most important one. And they are, number 1 is look at what has been your biggest achievement.
Right.
And what did you learn from that? So what is that you see for you personally? What has been your biggest achievement? Because there are people that maybe for you it might be natural. It's like, really? Did I do that? But if you're looking at like biggest achievement, then other people can relate and can learn from you. So which we call it the sharing phase.
Yeah.
Now, talking about the second question, which is what has been your biggest struggle? What is your biggest struggle at the moment? And what are you learning from it? Then focusing on the learning. Because I use the example of the dirty basket of laundry.
Right.
So imagine that you are having your dirty basket of laundry. And I just moved in with my fiancée, so she's like, we had a lot of laundry coming up. So it's very, if she's listening right now, maybe she is. If she's listening right now, she might have a giggle. But when you have a basket full of laundry, then you're like, you got to do the laundry. Otherwise, it adds up. But sometimes what do? We say, okay, I'll do my laundry tomorrow. And then you put another pair of socks and another t-shirt, another like underwear, and then arrives to a point where the bucket is still full and is overflowing.
Yeah.
But then when you say, okay, now it's time to do the laundry, someone rings the bell. Oh, a guest. Oh my God, I have a guest. Oh my God, I have a guest. What shall I do? What shall I do? You take the dirty basket of laundry, you chuck it in the cupboard, you close the door so no one can see that, right? The problem is, it's not that the laundry has gone away. But then you have a great time with your guest, have tea and biscuits, and then the dirty laundry is still there. Now what happened is when you open the wardrobe, all the clean clothes, they stink too. So I guess that sometimes instead of focusing on a lot of what we can give and what we can give, we need to look at what is that we need to work on ourselves right now. What is the bucket of laundry that we need to wash, and take it that time to wash it. But sometimes either there are other people that ring the bell, or there are distractions coming in, and we are moving away from that. So yeah, I can do that tomorrow, but working on yourself and look at what is right now, the thing that I got to work on myself, that helps you unlock what we call in Purpose to Abundance, the evolution of purpose. Because your purpose is, I believe that our purpose is constantly evolving. Like, if I ask you, Jonathan, are you thinking now the same way you were thinking 5 years ago?
Absolutely not.
Right. And that's why, because your purpose is evolving and you are evolving with your purpose. So looking at sharing what you're really great at and what your biggest achievement has been, and looking at working on yourself, that's what unlocks the evolution of purpose. That's my great advice that I can give, finding your purpose.
And what, if people to find out more about you, where would they go to? Where can they find you?
If you want to find more about me, where can they find me? Well, great question. Thank you very much. First of all, I don't know if you can see the banner up there. That is www.gtex.org.uk. So that's our website. You will find a lot of great resources on either how to find your purpose, or the other side is you found your purpose, how do you actually grow a great coaching business and build a community and make an impact in the world. So that's on the website. You can look at on our YouTube channel. If you look at GTeX on YouTube, then you will find weekly videos that we release and weekly interviews with experts on how to create great coaching businesses and how to live a life of purpose.
Awesome. Sorry, with the show. Okay, let's stop. Great. And what's your main purpose right now? Your main purpose?
My main purpose right now, that's a great question. And my purpose is to help people living their purpose in life. That's why I've resisted so much when it came out. Because the first time I realized that through the process that now I'm doing with my clients, I was, really? But I don't know even what my purpose is. So how am I expected to help other people living their true purpose in life? And that's why it took me 3 years to actually really understand it and own it. But I'm here to enable other people that have a purpose, that might be right now on the edge, to say, okay, either I pass this line or I'm staying where I am, to help them giving that kick in the ass and pass that dumb line, because it's time and the world needs more people like that to cross that line and stand up for who they really are, for what they really value, and create amazing communities when in the process.
That's exactly why we love you, and you're the way you create what you're creating with the communities, and the way you show your helping others discover their purposes in their lives, because there's so many people who's unconscious, living unconsciously in their lives, and you see them walking around the streets like living with no purpose. They would have their heads down, they're just nodding away on the tubes and just being not focused on where their life is taking them.
Yeah, I think that there is when you're finally. I remember I was one of the days at Purpose to Abundance. Someone asked me, "How do you get motivated to do stuff?" I don't get motivated. I just do it. But the reason why is that it is because when you're living your purpose, this is why we are really happy to help people living their purpose full time, because when you're living your purpose, you don't need that motivation to get things done. You want to get things done, and you feel bad not doing it, or you feel cold and compelled to do that. Why? Because it's something that is from within. You don't need to gain other things. Yes, it's going to be every day happy day. No, unless you're like me and you can fake it very well. But it's going to be every day. No, there are maybe some days where you just have to look away, or to spend days watching a movie, not thinking about anything because you have too much going on, or days where you don't want to get out of bed. We are still human beings, and it took me a while to accept it. But it's about, but they are less and less. It's not that it feels, oh my God, I got to wake up today. But it's, okay, let's start a day. Let's go for it.
What drives you? Because that's really more, you get inspired to do what you do, right? Because your purpose is bigger than you, and you have a bigger purpose. What really drives you?
What drives me is...
a lot of people need motivation or external forces.
It's the people I work with. It's the people I work with. It's all my clients. It's the people of the members of the GTeX family. That's what drives me. And also my family is an incredible drive. The fact of having my own family and providing for them, that's what really gets me focused. There's not just myself anymore.
Yeah.
I have something more to care about. And the people, the members of the community. When we started GTeX, we said we want our clients to be our best friends. And I think that's why GTeX is the best business in the world, because the people that I work with, I would hang around with them every single day.
Absolutely.
Right, so that's what moves me, is the great excitement that there is in life, and also the uncertainty of what's next.
But loving what you do.
Of course, I wouldn't do anything that I don't love.
Absolutely.
That's probably the biggest problem I had when I was a teenager. Poor mom, because no, I don't like to study. Don't do it.
Great. Thank you again, Simone, for allowing me to interview you. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. It's been a great pleasure being here, guys.
Thank you. So guys, if you check out GTeX, And remember to subscribe or check out Limit Break Lifestyle Academy. Thank you again for having being in the Coaches Hub. It's been an awesome experience. It's been an awesome time interviewing you guys. See you guys on the other side. Live life with no limits. Take care.
Ciao.